Geeks. So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to turn yourself into Wolverine. Look at these. These don't look scary at all. It's just pieces of cardstock that I painted silver. I'm the most muscular Wolverine there ever was. Whoa! I'm going to be doing a lot of X-Men characters. X-Men is my jam. It's my favorite. So let me know in the comments below who you'll like to see. For sure I'll be doing Rogue, but do you guys want to see like Beast or Cyclops, Storm, Gambit? Just let me know in the comments down below. With that all being said, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified every single time I upload. And if you like the video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Now, let's begin the tutorial. We're going to start the look off by painting on the yellow parts of Wolverine's suit. You will need to use at least 3 different shades of yellow. Honestly, I probably used more than that, but as a reference for you guys, I'm saying to use at least 3 different shades to create the base, highlight, and shadows you will need. You'll need to reference a picture to know exactly where to apply each color. I will link the one I used down below. I like to apply the darkest shade first, mainly to the outside of an area being painted yellow, then the medium color anywhere the shade color wasn't applied, and then lastly I use the lightest color to highlight where I see fit. You'll be applying these colors to your forehead, down the bridge of your nose, center of your body, and then you'll create 2 triangle shapes near your shoulders. Every single area you paint the same way. Now take a black paint to outline Wolverine's mask. Then take that paint and use it to outline where his eyes will be. You don't have to paint on eyes if you don't want to. I just paint on the eyes because I like the way it looks. It looks more comic-y looking, and then also I can't wear contacts. Once I outline the eyes, I start adding the highlights to the mask. To highlight the mask, use white, different tones of gray, and a grayish blue color. You want to highlight around the eyes as well as the sides of the mask. While I was highlighting, I used my white paint to paint the eyes. And you don't need like a bunch of different gray paints. You just want to mix your white paint with your black paint to create different tones of gray. Or if you want a bluish gray color, you take your blue paint and mix it in with a gray color that you already mixed together. You don't need a bunch of different paints. You just pretty much need like the basic colors, and then from there you can create a bunch of different colors. You can now fill in the mask with your black paint. Don't forget to paint your ears black if you're not wearing a bald cap. I didn't wear a bald cap, and if I ever wore this on in person, I probably wear a bald cap just because it'll look funny with your natural hair color showing in the black ears. So just keep that in mind. If it's for pictures and you're doing it inside of your house, it's okay. You can just keep them black, the ears. But if you're going to actually go out in this, it's probably best to wear a bald cap. I went back with the white paint and I used it to highlight the edges of the mask so you can see this is where it starts and this is where it ends. After that, you can start painting the blue part of Wolverine's suit. You want to paint this area the exact same way you painted the yellow areas. Use 3 different shades of blue, so a light, medium, and dark tone. Lay one color down and then you can lay the next color down and then the next color after that. So you do want all these different tones of colors, so different tones of blue on the suit and different tones of yellow on the yellow parts of the suit, and then different grayish tones on the mask to get that comic book vibe. Now on to my favorite part. Take your black paint and start outlining the main details on Wolverine's suit so you can see where the triangle shapes are and the sleeves of his suit are. And then you're going to start creating shadows with that paint. Again, you got to reference a picture to get an idea of what you want to do, because if I sat here telling you exactly where I painted every little shadow, it would take forever. I love this part because you can be real creative and it adds a lot to a look. And you don't want to forget to create shadows and comic book style marks on the forehead as well. Also use that paint to create wrinkles around the nose to help Wolverine look a bit more angry. When I look for reference photos, usually what I do is break my computer. I dropped the microphone on top of the computer. Anyways, the way I look for like reference pictures is I'll Google something. So Wolverine comic book character. And I will search for the biggest file I can find. So the biggest picture I can find, because you can't see that much detail in small and medium sized images. You want to find really big images so you can see all the little details there are. Now I'm adding the final highlighting to the look. I just take my white paint and create highlights on areas I think needed. Try not to overdo it with the highlighting, because if you overdo it, it's just going to take away from all the different tones of blue and yellow that you've got going on. You just want to highlight here and there, mainly where like the high points are already on your body. So like your collarbone, the bone where your shoulder is, you know, just not too much. I do the same on the yellow parts of the body, except I mix a little bit of yellow paint in with the white, because since yellow is lighter than blue, if I applied that white paint directly onto the yellow, it's going to really stick out, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to be a nice complement to the yellow paint, but not overbearing. Moving on to the arms, I've got no muscle. I mean, technically I do, but you can't see my muscle, because I haven't worked it out. So anyways, to make myself look a bit more muscular, I take a lighter paint and I highlight where your muscles would be. And then I take my black paint to basically draw muscles on. And this will really accentuate your muscles, especially if you already got like really muscular arms. This will really accentuate the muscles. And then you want to paint on little tiny strokes to look like hair. Remember, Wolverine is really hairy. Finally, the face. Use a paint a few shades darker than your natural skin tone to create a shadow below the mask. Then use it to accentuate your chin, basically kind of giving yourself the appearance of a butt chin. You just really want to accentuate it, especially if you're a girl and you have more feminine features. You want to make the chin look a little bit more prominent. Now apply a foundation or concealer to the skin below the mask. I used a concealer because I wanted major coverage to the look, so I could really look like a comic book character. I just wanted nice, clear skin. And after I've done that, I go back with the black paint to start painting on facial hair and to paint on wrinkles above the mouth. Time to paint the teeth. You don't have to paint each individual tooth on, you just really want to accentuate Wolverine's fangs. After you got the teeth painted white, go back with your black paint and paint on the mouth and add some definition to the teeth. You don't need to define them a lot, like I said, you just want to add like maybe some little black lines going through the two front teeth so you can see, hey, those are his two front teeth. It's not just like a big marshmallow mouth. And like I said, you especially want to define the fangs. After I had the mouth shape painted on, I added more wrinkles around the face to make Wolverine look a bit more angry. To shade the teeth, you can use a light gray paint, and to paint the gums, use a pink color. I don't even think you can see this on camera at all. For the part of Wolverine's mask that is extended outward, I used cardstock to create that shape, and then to glue it on I used liquid latex. I would have preferred to use spirit gum because my skin doesn't react well to liquid latex, but I didn't have any. And then I just paint the cardstock the exact same way I painted the mask on the face. I just used my face paint. So that's it for the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure you give that video a thumbs up if you liked it so I can see, hey, I want to see more Marvel characters. I know I said I was going to upload Mystique today, but I decided not to so that I can show Wolverine and then use Wolverine footage in my Mystique video. So I think I'm going to upload one more X-Men before I upload Mystique, just because I want to use some footage of Mystique turning into other X-Men. See you all next time. Take care. Bye.